My name is Raynell Hooper McConaughey. Well, I used to live with my grandmother, Martha Kyler, and Ernest, up by the playground. And I can remember a few things when I lived there. And then we moved up the gap on the next road over, up there, and the last house up. And we lived up there for years, and I can remember almost everything from then on. We came downtown every night and fooled around. Ran all over town, just walked around and, you know, we didn't get in any trouble. We just
meeting with your friends and talking.
We went to Wuss Baker's, we went to Parker's, we walked all over town, we just didn't get in trouble.
What about music? What'd you do for music back then?
We went to the band hall.
Okay.
They had the orchestra there. Bud came, Bud Kyler, he was my uncle, and he used to have a dance there every once in a while. And I don't know who else. Music. That's about it, I think, music-wise. Well, we went to church. We had the church, you know, the choir and stuff in church. My dad was in World War II, and he came home in 47. I wasn't very old. I don't remember that very much.
Right. Well, I realize in some cases, you know,
Yeah.
it's hard to remember certain things, you know. That's why I've been asking different people, you know, what they remembered. Now, there's a couple that were older that said they remembered the blackouts when everyone would have to shut their blinds and all that.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, and that's something I had never heard before, you know, because no one knew back then exactly how bad things were going to be, you know.
Right.
So they do things like that.
Well, see, I was just born in 42, so
Right.
you know,
See,
I wouldn't have been
yeah.
very old.
Right. Yeah. Because it's usually not until you're in grade school or something like that you
Right.
start remembering certain things. You know. Now, what about the telephone? Did your family always have a telephone, or is that something that was fairly new to you?
Yeah, my grandmother had a phone, and I know we had a phone, but we didn't use it much. You know, just once in a while. Not like they do cell phones.
Plus, back then it was a party line system.
Right.
Someone even told me that they had a switchboard in town somewhere. That some woman used to handle the switchboard here in town.
Where was that at?
I don't know. That was I forget who was here. They couldn't remember. So I've been bringing that up with different people, because there's some stories we've kind of lost. You know, that people just don't remember that. You used to call a switchboard when there's a fire. You used to call the switchboard, you know, for different things, you know, that happen, and it's just history that I think we've kind of lost because no one thought about it at the time. Because we're just, that's the way we do it, you know. Any of your family members work at the sand plant or the brickyards?
My dad worked at the brickyard.
Okay, do you remember much about that?
I remember he made bricks, but I didn't pay too much attention to him. I know he worked down there till he died.
Yeah.
So.
Now, was he at the main factory, or was he up on some of the quarries? Or?
No, he was down at the main factory.
Okay. Any other family members, like with U.S. Silica or
No.
any of those groups?
No.
Yeah. That's the other thing we've been asking different people, because it's interesting that at one time, everyone in Mapleton worked either the sand plant or the brickyard.
Right.
I mean, those were two industries that helped this town, you know, survive back then. And it seemed like a lot of them walked to work too. I don't know how your dad, how'd he get to work?
Well, I know he drove for a while, but I don't know. I don't remember when I was small or how he got there, or I don't know if they rode with somebody or what. I don't know.
Was your family involved in the cable TV? Didn't they have something to do with?
Yeah, my husband was in there. Well, my husband was.
Yeah,
for years,
tell us about that, because a lot of people don't know that story.
Well, my husband was in there with Daryl Leonard, and he was in there for years, the whole time. And, you know, they'd go up on the mountain and take care of the TV up there and come back down and just kept it off all the time till it finally dissolved and it went into American Broadband,
Right.
Atlantic Broadband.
Yeah.
So,
See, I remember when I was younger, we got all those different channels that no one else around here received. Most people outside of Mapleton back then only got channels 6 and 10.
yeah,
But here in Mapleton, because I remember I'd have friends come up, excuse me, from that union and visit. They'd see us go through all those channels.
yeah,
And we always just thought, well, that's the way it is, you know. So we had a group of people that we were very fortunate that they did that and took care of the system.
right.
So I don't think we were the first town, but we were one of the first towns in the country to have cable TV.
Yeah, I believe it.